Can you imagine a king rewarding you for saving his life and at the same time punishing you by death because of exactly that same reason? So this is something that happened to one captain of a ship. Herodotus tells, although he explains that this story, he was given as an alternative story to another one. So he says it's likely that this didn't really happen, but there's also a chance that it happened. And this about how Xerxes escaped from Europe to Asia. The first way that he's told that Xerxes escaped from Europe to Asia is that he went through what they call the Hellespont, which was a bridge on the water body that divides Europe from Asia. That's in what we know today as Turkey. But he's also said that he was also told, remember, Herodotus was moving around investigating these stories. Another story he was told that Xerxes did not go through the Hellespont. Instead, Xerxes took a ship in the wider water, in the wider Aegean Sea, I suspect, and then he went to Asia. But now, during this voyage going to Asia, he took a ship that was managed by Phoenicians. So as they were at sea, there was a lot of turbulence. There was a storm, and there was a lot of things going on as far as the weather was concerned. And Xerxes became fearful that he was likely going to die at sea. And he calls out to the captain and he asks him, so is there something we can do to make this voyage a little bit safer for all of us? And the captain tells him, no, I don't think there is anything we can do, except maybe a few people leave the ship because it looks like it's kind of like overloaded. The only way we can make it a little bit safer for all of us is if a few people get out of the ship. And Xerxes tells, and everybody that was in that ship, besides the Phoenician captain and workers of the ship, everybody else was Persian, and they were people of high ranking. They were not just ordinary Persians. These were noblemen and their families. And he calls the Persians and says, men of Persia, now is the time for you to show what love you bear your king. My safety, as it seems, depends wholly upon you. And the Persians had no problem really. They offered to jump off the ship, several of them, just to make the ship a little bit lighter so that it's more stable in the water. And they jumped off the ship, and the ship became more stable, and they continued with their voyage. Now, when they reached Asia, Xerxes was happy with the captain, but he was also not happy with the captain. He was happy with the captain because he had saved his life, but he was not happy with him because he had led to the death of Persians, Persians of high ranking in society. So he rewarded him with a golden crown. He had it put on his head like, yeah, I honor you. I'm happy for what you did to save my life, and I've reached here safely. But he also said, I'm not happy because I ended up losing Persians, and because of that, I will have you killed. And that's what happened to him. The captain was killed. So that was like that story. Maybe kings and leaders and people of such people in that level or with that kind of responsibility, leadership, maybe sometimes they are forced to make such decisions. Yeah, they recognize you did something good, but yeah, this has to happen. So